Cyro Beats, what's poppin'?
Hold on, listen to it again. It just goes from that into people screaming.
Betwixt the ruby seas, deep in the eye of the storm, a bastion of beef and hope lies nestled in the sand. 4 men almost lost to the deep now find tranquility within its walls. And now they're inviting you in for a tale unlike anything you've ever heard before.
And then I said, Grandma, how about you Medicare for these nuts?
What a bitch.
Fucking
Oh, James,
dumbass.
when is she gonna die?
And then I said, Winnie
the Pooh.
yes, and then ring up
yes,
get Obama to care for
Yeah.
D.
Yeah.
kudos.
And then she said,
Oh
was not
my
planned.
God.
welcome to Beef Boys, you fucking stinky motherfucker.
Welcome back to Beef Boys. I'm back.
He's back.
He's back and he's bigger than ever.
I do have one story from my trip. For reference, I died, and then I went on a trip to a location in Australia. But while we were there, my gracious host was like, "Oh, we should take you to this part of town because it's really fucked up. It's like the middle of the CBD, pretty much, where like all the clubs and shit are, but it's just like
Cannabis?
notorious for weird cook shit happening." And well, I didn't even get that.
Wait, is it CBD?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
CBD.
CBD.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Your joke
Wait,
was
I
correct.
had this discussion the other day. You didn't know it's do people in the States not call the Central Business District the CBD?
no, I think we just call
No.
it the business district.
Yeah.
Okay, because like if you in here, if you say like, oh, you live pretty close to the CBD, it means like you're living like in the center of the
Oh
city.
yeah, I think when we were talking about
Oh.
Wellington or something, we made this CBD is
Yeah.
cannabinoid or some shit.
Yeah. Cannabinoids.
It's like
Cannaboy?
shit
That's
that,
what
it's
it's
like
over here.
it's
Yeah.
like weed shit that doesn't get you high, but it like gives you the other benefits of the Mara Jane. What were you doing?
We were in the business location, and as expected, they hyped it up. They said this is where the crazy shit happens. And we pull up to an intersection, and there's like an ambulance in the middle of the road, like in the middle of the intersection, like stretching some guy up
Bruh.
onto the ambulance.
Stretching
so
him.
we're like, this is brilliant. Yeah,
Come
they
on,
were
lads.
Stretch Armstrong in.
Stop! Get the horses!
As he was getting stretched onto the stretcher, that was over there, and then like all of a sudden, in the foreground, this like homeless looking man just crosses the crossing with his pants around his ankle.
This sounds like a place to do business.
It was just such a bizarre, like we were like looking at the distance, like what's happening
Yeah.
over there, and then all of a sudden you're like your vision focuses in, you're like what the fuck, and there's just this dude waddling across the street.
It's like one of those chaos TikToks where like just a bunch of crazy shit's happening at
it's
once.
exactly what I said. It felt like
Yeah.
something on like an unusual video or whatever where
Yeah.
they're like zooming in on one thing, then all of a sudden it like zooms out and some other shit's happening.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like the car crash video.
I was
Yeah,
about
when
to
the guy
say
falls
the
off the
same
awning.
thing.
Yeah, God, that shit's so funny.
That thing run off goddamn vegetable oil.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was what I did over the weekend. How about you guys?
You're kind
Hell
of
yeah.
lucky. I feel like every time someone visits a place and the person's like, yo, I gotta show you this part of the town. It's fucking crazy. Nothing ever really
It's-
happens.
it's-
It's just kind of like,
Yeah.
it's sometimes pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And you lucked out. You pulled up and just, a
I
GTA
pulled
server
up.
was happening before you.
That literally.
Some guy with like a crumply ass mic, so like just saying slurs. Like,
Dude, that came through really like accurate to the
that was
GTA
good.
Online experience. I think you used a voice mod for a second. Yeah, it was funny as well because like the cops, I guess the priority was the person dying. So because there was
right,
ambulance
yeah.
staff and then there was cops there as well, like directing traffic and shit. It was just funny. Like this dude walks past us, like,
What if
with
he
his
did
pants
it?
on his legs, and you could just tell they were like, we should do something about this.
yeah.
Did he have undies on?
I think he had undies on.
He could have been the killer.
Yeah, he's like, they'll never recognize me, and he pulls his pants down, and he's like,
Clark
my
Kent putting
ultimate
on
disguise.
glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're too busy looking at his pants and his ankles. They don't
Yeah.
notice his top half.
Yeah, that's like when in Family Guy, when Brian.
Next section.
Yeah, we should all get Rip Brian tattoos when we meet
Yo,
up in
let's-
Alaska.
can
Shut
we?
up, phone.
That's a
down.
fucking awful idea.
I'll get one on my
Yeah.
thigh or something so I can hide it easily.
That's all right. That will be number
I'm
one
down.
on the docket. Let's
Yeah.
all get Rip Brian tattoos. Which, by the way, we're all planning on meeting up in a couple months here.
Hell yeah.
In beautiful
gonna
old
be sick.
Lasker. Yeah. So expect some live action.
Dox us when we're there.
Yeah. Yeah. And all right. Well, we got our first.
I'm not doing that.
Oh come
I'll do it.
on.
I'll do it.
No,
I'll
no,
do it.
here's the
I'll
thing.
get a Rip Brian
I would be-
tattoo.
Me
you-
too.
You've already got tattoos. It doesn't count.
I don't have any.
Oh yeah, that's
No, I know.
true.
I love the idea of Kudos going to America, coming back, and Emily's like, "What'd you do?" Like, "Well, I got my first tattoo." "Well, what's it? What is it?" Rip Brian.
Kudos will get a Rip Brian henna.
Get a Rip Brian henna. I feel like that'd be funnier.
The first time I ever saw a henna was at Burger King.
You got a tattoo at Burger King?
No, the first time I ever saw a henna tattoo was at Burger King.
Oh.
The woman serving me had one on her hand, and I didn't know what it was.
Did it
and
say Burger King?
No, I don't think that's how henna works.
Ding, Friday done. Ding, Friday done.
I didn't see it up close. I just saw like the general color and shape, and I just thought
Right.
she had this like skin disorder or something. And I was like, she's handling my food with her skin disorder.
It's like,
Her
"Oh
skin's all
God, what's
gross."
wrong?"
Yeah, on a tan person, it kind of just looks like they got Michael Jackson disease.
But isn't that worse? Because like, can't the henna like melt off into your French fries?
I hope so.
You know,
Maybe that's why it was so tasty.
maybe that's
My
why they
sister-
got that spooky Halloween burger that turns your poop black.
Oh, I did that. It turns
That's
it
freaky
green.
because if
Oh,
your
yeah.
poop turns black, that means you have like internal bleeding also. So,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
you don't know if
Yeah.
Burger King was so bad it gave you internal bleeding, or if it's just to die in the
Or if
meat.
it's
You'll
doing
never
its
know.
job.
It's a 50-50. It's
Yeah.
fair enough either way.
I had one of those at home, but it just made my shit green for like 3 days. So it, like,
I love
a
green
ton of
shit.
licorice, which is. I mean, I guess it's one of the better colors for shit to be. So it's
Yeah.
not black or red.
I feel like when I was a
That's
little
true.
kid, my shit was green like once a week, and now it's like a yearly occurrence at best.
Right.
Do you guys subscribe to that?
No.
No?
To subscribe to
I
that
always
on YouTube.
subscribe to that. Do you believe this?
Do you believe the green shit theory?
When I don't know, when I was a little kid, I always look at my
Yeah.
shit. I'm pretty sure most people do, but like
Big supporter of the green shit theory.
sometimes I'll shit perfect J's. It'll go so far up into my colon that when it comes out in
You're
a
like
fucking J.
alphabet soup.
Dude, I swear, one time it was a capital J because I had a little turd and then a big one followed it and it curved and the little one was above it. It was like straight.
You signed your name.
I bet I have it in my.
Please tell me you didn't wipe.
I bet I have
and
it
just
in my
left there.
Snapchat somewhere.
You're like, oh, J for James, that's me.
Dude, no, straight up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
I like when it was that special, I would pull an EDP and like send that shit to my girlfriend and be like, yo,
Check
That's
this out,
sick.
babe.
Yeah.
don't
My-
underestimate my skill.
My fear is if I stand up to look at my shit, my cheeks are gonna mush together because that's just when you stand up, you
Oh,
kinda-
right.
There's an art
glutes
to it.
activate, and then
Yeah.
it'll like smear all the unwiped feces around, and then it's gonna take twice as long to wipe. That's been
Yeah.
my
You
fear.
kind of
Feel
just
a
keep your
peanut butter
legs wide
sandwich.
and you stand up and you kind of go like, oh,
Yeah, but see, that's
It's a
I
J.
don't want to have to do that, so I just don't.
it's not much effort at all, and you get
Yeah,
to look at your masterpiece.
what if there was a sport where like you had to like poop in different shapes? So like, you got the J down, right? But then like you have like a row of toilets and everybody's trying to like spell out something. So they're
Like icing a cake,
like
everyone's
wiggling in
doing
their
that
seat. Yeah, they're like basting
What
out
would be the hardest
fucking
one?
letters. I feel
I feel like
Probably
an S.
Q.
probably a Z. Probably
Nah,
a
no,
Z.
Q might be easy actually. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's just like a
maybe.
circle, and then you just lay one
just a
across.
little
No, but
tiny
a circle is
Right.
hard to do.
Getting
I
it
feel
to
like R.
no, well, yeah, like it might eventually float.
B.
Ooh, R, yeah, R, like
Capital
a capital
B.
R would be fucked, or capital B.
Yeah.
Capital B, I think,
or a
might be
lowercase
impossible.
Q. You need a
Oh,
small
yeah.
circle and then a 2 lines.
Right,
Yeah.
or a cursive S.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking S because it's gotta go.
Cursive capital X.
It's gotta go so deep in your body to
be
make
done.
2 full
Right.
curves. But I mean, in R is a line,
Where there's a
and
will,
a
there's
full
a way.
curve. So
Yeah, but it's all in the finesse if you think about it, like just how you pinch it out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just like,
It's all in
Dude,
the
recently
finesse.
with keto, like it dehydrates you a little bit, so it kind of constipates you and stuff. And I've been eating like 40-50 grams of fiber a fucking day, like this shit crazy. But this shit ain't crazy because I do be a little constipated.
this shit is mild mannered.
And usually when I get constipated, this shit gets a little hard and like it hurts coming out if it's like too wide or it's like
When it comes out sideways.
yeah. But
Yeah,
I finally
exactly.
learned how to fix that. where when it's starting, I'll tighten the shit out of like my sphincter and it'll mash it and like
I figured that out
it'll
too.
squeeze it little and then it comes out.
It's the best method because I'll
yeah.
feel it coming on. I'm like and I just kind of like compress and
It's hard.
and
It's
then
actually really hard when there's shit hanging out of
is
your butthole
fascinating.
to like really squeeze it closed. It's actually like a difficult task.
You really got to focus your chakras.
When I was
got
younger,
that
like
vice grip sphincter.
if I had a
Yeah.
shit like that, it would just be like, I swear to God, I've had shits where it feels like you're giving birth. Like I feel like I'm tearing from my dick to my anus.
I've had
Yeah.
those.
Like it fucking hurts sometimes. So, big tip, if you ever feel like that happening, squeeze your butt real tight a couple times and like ease it out and it'll eventually squish into a normal poop.
It'll
Yeah.
come out in the shape of a lowercase q.
Beef Boys
Yeah.
pooping tip.
My curse lately is I love spicy food, but my body doesn't. So
Right.
like, because I'll get like jalapeno cream cheese dip and have it with some
Oh.
nice potato chips, and it'll be very tasty. Or the other day I had some nice Mongolian beef from a Chinese restaurant which had like the dried chilies all through it, and without fail, like 5 hours later, I'll just be like,
Yummy.
oh god, like it takes like it goes from like 0 to 100 in like 3 minutes. All of a sudden I'll be like, oh, and I just have fucking explosive diarrhea.
It's so
that I
weird.
have
I've
in the
never
shower.
gotten that in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very specific like types of chilies that do it.
Yeah.
But I never learned my lesson because they're so fucking tasty.
Sometimes it's worth it. You're just at a point where you're just like, it tastes good. It'll be a couple minutes in the bathroom of ow, but then I'll be good.
Yeah, I guess the fear for me is like, because every time it's happened for the most part has been the last few years when it's been during COVID and I've just been chilling at home. The fear is it's going to be I'm at a friend's place and all of a sudden I'm like, not here.
That's fair. You gotta be strategic with your eating if you're out and about. So if I
Yeah.
know I'm going out, I'll avoid too much
That's what I've been
dairy
doing.
or some things like that because I don't want to get caught in the wild.
Oh,
Gotta
dude,
have fun
imagine taking a
with it.
Bad
shit
shit.
in like a bar, like a pub bathroom or a club bathroom or a public bathroom.
I remember one time after a show, this guy that was with us, he shit himself. It was really funny
And that
because,
someone was you. Let's be honest.
but I just remember he was like, "I'm gonna shit myself. I'm gonna shit." He kept like warning us. We're like, "All right, we'll
He
we'll
was
go."
just calling his shot.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm gonna shit myself," and he shit himself, and then he got in the car, and I just remember like everybody just gagging and like.
Oh my god. man.
Just
Who let him in the
synchronized
car?
unison. Well, he was we were his ride, so like we weren't just gonna leave
Not
him there 'cause
anymore.
he shit himself. So he was just like they're like, "Oh, open the window." He just started shitting.
When I was a little kid, we used to go to this place called Charlie Brown's Steakhouse in like, I don't know, Rahway or Edison, New
that
Jersey.
name
Which
already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a completely standalone thing. It had nothing to do with Charlie Brown's. It ended up
okay.
closing, but it was really
Yeah.
good for a long time, and then it just went very quickly downhill. And we went there when my nana was visiting, which she's like a legal midget. She's like 4'10". She's never cracked 100
Sure.
pounds in her entire life. Like she's fucking
Right.
small, but she's really funny. She's from New York. She's epic. But we were with her, and we went there, and she just got like a salad. And I remember this was like the first time my mom sent something back to a waiter, and it was like it awakened cringe in me. Not that my mom was cringe, but it was like, I hate this. Just eat the bad food. This is awkward.
Yeah.
So like everybody's food was fucked up, but it was just like they overcooked the steak. You know, they got a baked potato instead of a mashed potato. And my nana was fine. She was loving her salad, but something went wrong with her salad because she got in the car, and my dad just got a new car, and we were on our way home. I was probably like 8, and my sisters are like a couple years older and younger than me, and we're all sitting in the back, and my nana's in the middle and my parents are in the front, and my nana's like,
James, I'm gonna fucking puke.
and he's like no please, we're 2 minutes away from the house. Louise is a new car, just hold it. She's like,
James, I'm gonna fucking puke.
and like I'm kind of getting hyped because I'm like, this is fucking epic.
It's about to go
My-
down.
Puke.
Nanas
Come on,
don't really
Nana.
do much but be nanas. To see my nana puke, it's like, yo, what the fuck?
Right.
Old people don't throw up.
Fucking
And there was
Humanizes her.
there was nothing in the car, so she had to puke into her purse, but it still kind of got everywhere, and she puked. And I swear to God, like 3 seconds after she puked, she like violently shit herself. And she kind of just, it was like an uncontrollable thing. And she kind of just laughed because there was nothing. It's not like she'd be like, oh, fuck, I fucking shit myself. It was kind of just like a very, like, everybody knew that she just shit her pants.
Yeah.
And then
Fuck,
she was
that's
fine.
funny.
Like, she didn't even get food poisoning. It was just like something went horribly wrong with the salad and it needed to be, it needed to exit the body anyway.
To be evacuated.
It was
They
fucking
cursed that
crazy.
salad.
Yeah.
If only you'd let your mum send the salad back, James. None of this would have
I
happened.
know.
Yeah.
Mom, no, make her eat it. Nana, shut the fuck up. We're not sending
Shit
it back.
yourself.
I don't care if it's got
Later.
E. coli.
That's probably what happened.
That place closed
Just
like a
like
couple
God.
years after, or like a year after.
Maybe because of that. They're like, yeah, we
Yeah,
killed
because
some
of
old
the
lady in a
constant
car.
Yeah.
double-ended spraying sessions. At
Yeah,
inflict-
your nana just nuked him on
It was
Yelp.
just-
Was
it was
like,
just- yeah.
do not go to this place. The salad made me double fire hose
Yeah.
in my son's new
Puke
car.
and shit in my purse.
Also, my dad's name is James, just for the clarity, and that's
Right.
my nana
I
wasn't
picked it
turning
up
around to
from
me and being
context
like,
clues.
James, I'm gonna fucking puke.
Just like
My
whips
dad's
around
like,
and just
"Oh,
looks
James."
staring you
Yeah,
in the
just
eyes.
throws up on
Actually,
me.
James, I'm gonna fucking shit myself.
Just trying to sky you.
James, I'm gonna puke.
All right, sorry, kudos.
Listen here, Sonny.
I realized that wouldn't make a lot of sense.
Nana's scaring me.
2 years ago, just before the scamdemic happened, I had we had like a fake work stew for like me and one other dude. I was self-employed, and so I deputized one friend. I'm like, you now work for me for today, so you can join my Christmas party.
Yeah.
And then my Christmas party was just me getting really drunk.
Hell yeah.
at the co-working
Merry
space I used
Christmas.
to work at. So we got really pissed. The co-working space had free beer, so I drank a lot of it.
Yeah, that's
Got
great.
home, threw up. I'm assuming because of the alcohol, and then went to bed, and then woke up the next day and threw up again. But when I was throwing up at night, I was like, this feels bad. Like this, I think I
Yeah.
might have like alcohol poisoning. Like
Yeah.
it felt like this is not a normal chunder, but I got through it and I was fine. I woke up the next day, threw up again, and then come to realize I had a stomach bug of some description, in addition to being very hungover. So I was throwing up, I'd say like every hour, just non-stop. It was
Yeah.
awful. But then that night, like I couldn't shit either, but I had such like a pressure in my stomach, like my entire body was like, you fucking idiot, you absolute buffoon. It was like 2 a.m. and I was puking for like the 50th time, just like on my knees, but in front of the toilet, like
Fell
just
my knees.
so
Fell
defeated.
to my knees
and I
in the
finally,
bathroom.
I finally felt like I could let out some gas for like the first time in a day, and I could finally relieve this pressure that had been in my stomach for like, you know, the entire time I was feeling
Yeah.
like shit, and I was like,
Came out of your
God.
eyes.
And I fucking did, and I just shit myself.
Dude, that is like chronic
epic.
puking brain. That is only something you would think after a day of puking. Your brain is not fully working. Because I think
Yeah.
under normal circumstances, if you felt that pressure in your stomach for a full day and couldn't shit, the moment you feel that shift, that like downshift, you'd be like, there's no way this is safe to release out as a fart. I gotta be on a toilet for this.
But I was literally like face in the toilet and then just spraying feces out the other end, and I was like, this is epic.
Dude,
Painting the
fucking,
Mona Lisa on the wall.
dude, like
Big
puke,
J.
puking feels so epic, but like puking more than a couple times is like the worst thing ever. Puking once is like usually relieves every problem you're dealing with that night, but like if it's
Yeah.
not one of those pukes and you're gonna be puking for the next day, like your whole throat's gonna be destroyed for like a week. Your teeth
Yeah.
are gonna be
Yep.
disgusting. Your mouth's gonna taste bad for days. Your breath is gonna be gross. Like that shit's fucking
I can count
sucks.
on one hand how many times I've puked and it hasn't like been awful. Because it almost every time
Really?
comes out my nose, every time is super violent and I
work
like
on-
burst
you need to work
blood
on
vessels
puking,
in
my
my
friend.
face and my throat gets like super constricted.
You gotta learn how to
It's
throw up.
bad
Yeah,
every
no,
single
you're
time.
just
I have
sucking
never
puking,
had it
man.
where it isn't
Spraying
violent.
out of your ears.
Your dad's supposed to teach you that. It's like how to have sex, how to
Wait, what?
How to
Hold
poop
on.
a J.
how to
That ain't-
I don't even how to poop a J and how to throw up correctly. Now it used to come out of my nose too when I was a little kid, and then That was the
yeah.
fucking worst feeling ever. Like one
It's
time
terrible.
straight up
Yeah, that
spaghetti
that
and
does suck.
meatballs that I didn't chew because I was a fat piece of shit came straight out of my nose, like full strands of fucking
Like full
spaghetti.
noodles.
Full noodles that I didn't chew because I was fat just came out of my
I like-
nose.
Full
And then I
meatballs
didn't-
too. His nose just
Yeah.
Yeah.
shotguns.
After that, I didn't
Pixar
throw up for
movie.
probably like over
Yeah.
a decade because I was like terrified of it. And then one time I think I broke the fucking seal when I was like 20, and me and my friends rented a house in the Poconos, which is like a mountain part of the mountain range, like in Pennsylvania. And we rented a house, and it was like 5 of us and like a lot of people's girlfriends and like a couple other girls came up. We were getting super fucked up, and then we found out that one of my friend's dads like passed away like that day. He was like a fucking second dad to me. He was like the best guy in the world. But we found that out, and then my friend had to take my car and drive all the way back to New Jersey. And I got probably the most drunk I've ever been in my life because I was like devastated. And then I threw up. But after I threw up, I like passed out because it was such a violent throw up. And I passed out face first into my throw up in a toilet, and I was like drowning. And one of my friends had to like save my
Holy
life.
shit.
Like I was
Jesus.
drowning in my throw up. Like
Fuck.
See,
blackout
that's how you
drunk.
throw up, Andrew. That's how you
Yeah, Andrew.
Yeah.
My dad didn't
Yeah.
teach me that.
The worst
Do that
part about
next
that
time.
one I had was like I had this awful feeling in my stomach. Like I knew I had to throw up, but I just like my body wouldn't naturally do it. So every time I had to throw up, it was like self-inflicted. Like I had to do the fingers down the throat thing.
Really?
Oh,
Which
yeah.
like normally I can, but for some reason the specific like
Oh, I thought you meant in general.
Stomach.
Okay. Yeah.
no. Yeah, normally if it's coming, it's coming. But for some
Yeah.
reason, the specific stomach bug was like tearing up my insides, but my body didn't. Like I felt like I had to throw up, but it wouldn't like tip over, so I had to do it
Yeah.
myself,
Oh,
which makes it even worse because you're like,
Yeah,
you're like,
fuck that.
I'm doing this,
Yeah.
but you do feel better afterwards.
Yeah.
Throwing up
This
is
has
a
been a-
crazy biological mechanism. Like,
That's facts.
I wonder when
Yeah.
we developed that. Like, that's a crazy thing to be like, you
Yeah.
put something bad in, get it out, and then it's like, there's muscles, I guess, all up your fucking stomach and throat that are like, I'm gonna
just got
push
a
this shit out at
button.
like 50 psi.
Yeah,
that's
and then
kinda
you've got
wild.
like, and then if it somehow gets past the like the checking lounge that is your stomach, that's got like the fast pass shit to just go diarrhea mode, and like
Yeah, like
your
your
body's
body
got two
can clear out
different
your
ways of like
colons,
getting
yeah.
shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
Kinda
pretty crazy how we can expel from both ends
Shout
like,
out
at the same
humans.
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out
yeah,
humans.
humans are based. I don't,
Yeah.
Apparently birds can't throw up, so if you like give them, I think if they drink
Is that
soda,
true?
It
oh no, they
is,
can't
yeah.
burp.
It's like if you
And
give
throw
them
up.
Yeah, they like
uh,
pop.
yeah, if you give them what are those pills called that like that you put in water
It's like in
that
Shrek.
like fizzes?
Effervescent. Yeah,
Like,
effervescent
like
tablets,
the-
whatever.
Yeah, they'll
yeah,
just
isn't it
blow
like
up.
yeah? Oh yeah, is that true? That makes birds pop, like blow up like that?
I don't think they pop.
I think
they
they're
just
in.
die.
They're
They just
yeah,
choke.
they won't pop like in Shrek. Like that happens
Right.
in Shrek. But
yeah, that's what I was
Size up.
imagining.
But like their
exactly what I was
intestines
imagining.
and stuff will like rupture and explode and they'll just die.
Fuck. Doesn't that also
What a way
happen
to
if you
go.
give them rice? as
Yeah,
well?
that's
Like, I
why
feel like if you
people
give them
stop
rice- Yeah, it
throwing rice
expands a
at
lot.
weddings because they'll eat a
Yeah.
bunch of it and then it expands in their stomach and kind of.
Fuck. Can you
betrays
imagine
them
if
from
like
the
they did
inside.
blow up? Like you just have like some fucking asshole like pouring white rice on the beach, and then it's just like.
There'd be a YouTuber that like tortures birds with that.
Yeah.
Somebody went to a beach. I'm sure you've seen the video, and they put out a bunch of like French fries or some other food, but they laced it all with
Yeah.
with fucking what's the word?
Laxatives.
Laxatives. And
Oh.
so it cuts, and
It
all of
was-
a sudden
yeah.
there's just like it's raining shit, and people
Yeah, it
are
was
like
a massacre of bird
running
shit.
away.
Wait, can we watch that? I want to
That's so
see this.
genius.
That does sound
we-
fucking funny.
Andrew, try
Can we
to
watch
find
that?
it.
Yeah, find
Yeah,
it.
just
I
It's
wanna
find
been
the video.
quite the disgusting episode.
This looks really good.
This is tonight's dinner.
Man, these look like some kids from 2012 that were like, let's
Right.
fucking shit bomb an entire beach. Yeah, this is it.
Can birds not eat out of cubs?
He's calling his friends over there.
Shitfest 2003.
Oh god. Oh no. The baby. Bro, he just ruined an entire beach there.
Excellent. Yeah.
How come people don't do that anymore? That's fucking funny.
I don't know.
Like, I mean, it is kind of animal cruelty,
Yo, let's do
but
that
it's
as
kind
a
of funny.
Yeah, I guess that's
Let's do
true.
that as a Beef Boys thing.
Yo, yeah,
We'll do that, but only to ourselves.
yeah.
I don't know if it's animal cruelty. If some alien like fed me a bunch of laxatives, I'd be like, let's go. I can shit extra.
That's true. Yeah.
They're probably hype. Hey, while we're watching videos, you guys want to see some funny videos that I found this week while I was editing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll leave the judgment up to Andrew, the film school guy, but this is the worst acting I think I've ever seen in my life. No
Oh,
meme.
no.
Like, not even that it's like terribly
I love
bad, but
bad
it's so overly like we're a couple, but they're obviously strangers that both got
Right.
casted for a commercial.
Right.
But there's a really funny part at the end.
And then there are the holidays, birthday parties, and other celebrations. We both can have a little too much fun, especially when
Oh,
it's
okay, Courtney, I'm pausing. I didn't mention what this is. This is for a liver pill that is for alcoholics. So it's like, so it's like
We
they're
both
saying,
can have a little too much
yeah, we
fun.
can have a little. They're talking about how their livers don't function anymore and they need to take this pill. So I forgot to say that.
I like how it's all like cute and quirky about
That's
it.
what
Like,
I'm saying.
yep.
They have like elevator music in the background. It's
Yeah.
We are about to pass away right now.
The husband's like, yup. That's
Yup.
my wife. She's right.
Oh, you.
They both really work, but I kept forgetting to take them. So now I keep them next to my toothbrush, just in case.
good thing too, because when you forget, we all pay for it the next day.
So
What does that mean?
That to me was like, bruh, like if
spousal
you,
abuse.
yeah, that's like when you forget to take your liver pill, you beat the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah. That's where she's like missing a tooth.
Yeah, no, that's basically the whole thing. It's just like the most
Courtney,
fake
cut in
acting
the
ever,
Ray
but-
Rice elevator footage.
but it's like this crazy happy stupid music and it's like the worst acting ever, and then she's like, and when he forgets his liver pill, he beats the fuck out of me, man. And it's like, yo,
It's either that or is it like a not to go back to feces for the 6th time this fucking episode, but is it like he's gonna demo the toilet so bad that the entire family suffers?
and then she's gotta clean it, yeah.
She's definitely not implying that he beats the shit out of her, but when you're talking
Right.
about alcoholics and their symptoms and when they forget things,
Yeah.
they do stuff to women, it's like, it's like,
I am curious. I am like what she means by that. Like when you forget, we all pay for it.
I think it's like I think she's referencing like it helps cure your hangover for people whose livers can't like process alcohol well anymore.
so maybe you're right. Maybe you are onto something. He's like a moody little fucker in the morning.
Yeah, like I don't think he's beating her, but it's like
Where are my
He's
pancakes?
a little cranky.
yeah. You didn't
It's so
curtsy
weird
when
to
you
have,
met
like,
me at
such
the
a-
door tonight.
Egos, woman.
It's so weird to have this fun, quirky, like haha woo music and like
Yeah.
and presentation when it's like literally about getting blasted and
I
surviving.
know. It's,
It's
Yeah.
like
it's so strange.
Yeah, like
so
to
creepy.
it's not even like oh haha like casual drinking. It's like no, I'm at a point in my alcoholism where I need a pill to cure my liver because I fucked it beyond repair. Like,
Yeah, and
it's
I have not learnt my lesson yet.
yeah, it's so dystopian.
It does feel kind of cyberpunky, eh?
I got another video which we're not gonna watch all of, but this is for like this gun lock. It like locks the gun so it can't be loaded or like anything like that. I'm pretty sure it's just to prevent suicide.
Oh.
They promote it to like fucking veterans so they don't like kill themselves.
Right.
That's just a weird thing to advertise, but there's just the vibe of this dude is like, if I started watching this while I'm trying to put it on and I'm contemplating suicide, I'd probably kill myself. Like this guy's so weird. And then there's also just a really weird editing thing, but let's,
Let's see it.
It's fucking tutorial ass
PowerPoint
music.
music.
Yeah.
access to a firearm. In this video, we outline the steps required to properly install a gun lock.
Bro, this guy's making me hella uneasy, I'm not gonna lie.
I know he's staring into my soul.
this guy got AIDS. When I edited this for TMG here, he says like, first I'm going to show you how to unload a firearm or something. And like, as he goes to change the gun to like fix it, I've edited like a gunshot and it cuts to black and people screaming.
Yeah.
Because he just looks like a fucking psychopath.
He does, yeah. He's like staring into my soul. He's telepathically telling me to kill myself.
Yeah, exactly.
To install a gun lock
The gun's
on
empty.
He shows it.
or the open cylinder chamber to make the gun impossible to
It's just
load
like, who wouldn't even know how to do this?
with the
Yeah.
It's like, why
Has
does it
a
need a
gun by
2-minute
position.
tutorial?
Insert
Right.
the cable into padlock.
I just want to
Turnkey.
find the fucking weird ass edit that happens.
I just love how like upbeat and happy it is, much like the
Yeah.
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 level
And he's
of
so
safety
obviously
to
reading
firearm
off a
that's already
fucking prompt.
unloaded and allocated to
Yeah.
children.
And he's
His
not
eyes are
okay.
going
There he
buck
blinked.
wild.
Your gun case
Yeah,
will
no, I was like, he
say,
hasn't
or to
blinked in
deter
like
thieves.
the whole time.
Yeah,
Secure
he's
and
just
solid
like-
options for safely storing your
All right,
Yeah.
so right here, it's gonna. Is it here? Just watch it first.
firearms in a locked container. Here's some gun lock safety.
Did you see the ghost frame?
What?
It's so
No, it
confusing.
disappears.
I thought he's just.
Disappears.
I thought he's just in a room. Like it looks like he's just in
It
a
looks
room.
like a real room, yeah.
But I guess
Yeah.
he's green screened onto a white brick wall,
Yeah,
and somehow
yeah.
he gets cut
Yeah.
before the other thing gets cut. It's like the weirdest, most stupid fucking ghost frame I've ever seen. 4 frames, because usually a ghost frame is 1 frame. Because
4
Yeah.
big frames.
what the
They,
fuck?
they just
That's
left it
so
out.
stupid.
Well, what's funny is like they don't have access to a white wall. Like I feel like that's such a. I have a bunch of white walls here.
It's also just like, why does it have to?
Do
like,
you have
why,
a white brick wall though, Doplex?
That's true.
why-
I don't.
No, but why did it need to be on a white brick wall? Why couldn't it have just been in any room they were filmed? Like, why was that green screened?
Right.
It was probably
Yeah,
like
green
some
screened
kid's
into the most
nephew needed
vanilla
a job.
setting.
Yeah.
Like some kid's nephew needed a job, so he's like, "Yeah, we'll shoot this on the green screen. You can be the lighting technician or some shit."
Yeah.
It's like
Because it is well lit. Like, it did seem like he was in
Right.
that room.
it's super convincing. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
I don't know why for a gun safety
locking
advertisement you
tutorial.
need a green screen.
Yeah.
They also went to all their effort to edit in and make it look really realistic in the scene, and then fucking leave 4 big frames of him just hanging.
Four big frames.
frames.
And also they also have royalty-free music. All it's missing is just Audio Jungle. In the back.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I meant
So-
to tell you guys, I was looking for.
Preview.
I've got on the Envato. Shout out to Jay Millie for getting me on that shit, which is a really good website. But I was looking at sound effects, and it's so fun. Like the Audio Jungle shit comes up on the music, which makes sense. But it's
Yeah.
so funny when you've got a 3-second. You got a 3-second sound effect, and they have to put Audio Jungle in somewhere. And I needed the sound of cloth ripping for a bit of my video, and so I just hear. Audio Jungle.
Holla at me. Bwah, bwah, bwah,
It was so weirdly tacked on. Anyway.
Speaking of sound effects, I was looking for like someone screaming like they just got shot sound effect for that edit, and
Right.
you'll understand right away
Las
what's
Vegas
funny about
country
this.
POV.
Cyro Beats, what's poppin'?
Hold on, listen to it again. It just goes from that into people screaming.
The stark contrast of the fucking video
That's what
title, crowd screaming in horror, and then
That's what I'm
Cyro
saying.
Beats, what's poppin'?
I don't know why that's
literally-
fucking on this. Yeah, well, you guys can
Literally-
see it fucking yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Cyro Beats, what's poppin'?
People screaming like they're getting murdered.
Hard cut.
It's
It's so fucking funny. So I just, those were all, I found those all within like a 10-minute span of each other, and I
Right.
just wanted to show you guys how stupid
Go to the
they are.
comments. One time I found one of these where it was like a guy. It was like a stabbing. I needed a stabbing sound effect for another video. I can't remember what one, but I think I tweeted this. There was a comment on this like stab SFX where it was like this fucking schizo guy. I think it was just some edgy like 13-year-old.
Yeah.
But it was like writing this whole like manifesto about like the sounds you hear when they finally, you know,
Yeah.
they finally understand you or some,
victim sounds like.
Trust me,
I know.
know.
just some real cringe like fucking Joker roleplay shit. And I was so funny.
Nerd. I don't even know why I checked the comments on this video, but I did, and there's only a few. This is the how to install a gun lock on a revolver video. What do you think the top comment is after watching that? Let's all give our you three give your
First.
okay. Good guess.
Probably some real boomer ass comment like,
Yeah.
"Thank you for this. I was able to install this on my father's revolver, and it gave him peace of mind." Just like some long ass
Yeah.
like review.
Yeah.
kind
Saved
of
his
thing.
life.
Check my pussy free at this website.
That's a good guess, too. Noplex is crossing off, like, you basically got a 50-50 now with first
Right.
and
Yeah,
family.
Yeah. Or may God bless you in your day.
I'll go negative. I'll say someone is like really angry that, you know, like the liberals are trying to lock up our.
Yeah.
This is where it starts. They're locking up our guns.
Yeah.
American
Soon they're gonna put this on my
American
penis.
concealed,
Yeah.
sponsored by Obama.
So I think kudos is the closest. So this guy says, please tell me that you're going to upload more videos. Your videos are nicely done and your presentation is top notch. What video? This is a tutorial that you find hyperlinked on a fucking website that doesn't work anymore.
Right.
Like this isn't your favorite content creator, Richard. I don't get
It's
it.
so funny.
What do you
I almost
mean?
I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of those spam links. You know, you go,
Oh, yeah.
you go on like a
Oh,
small
that's a good
ass,
point.
a small ass random channel like this, or like a green screen channel, and there's always some guy being like, "Wow, this is an amazing video. Can we be friends?" or some shit like that.
Yeah, subscribe
Yeah.
to me.
It's a green screen
Follow
video,
for
my
follow.
guy. I had a weird story from the Uber back from the airport as well. I was like really,
Hit it.
like 9 at night. I was fucking tired, obviously, because I've been flying and shit. And getting the Uber, start driving. The dude's like, "Oh, what do you do?" And like, if I don't feel like talking, I'll just say I do video editing. 'Cause
I
it
do
usually shuts them up,
OnlyFans.
but every now and then I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. And I don't know, this guy was like, he wasn't Australian, don't know where he's from. Something wasn't right. I think he might have been like Eastern European or something.
Something
I don't
wasn't
know.
right.
Something wasn't white.
right with him.
My anti-immigration senses were tingling.
For some reason, I was feeling super racist, and I didn't like this guy.
No, literally. But I was like, kind of just, you know, he was asking. At first, he was like, "Oh, what do you do?" I was like, "Oh, I do YouTube." And he's like, "Oh, how much money do you make?" And I was like, "That's a question to ask someone off the-"
Right.
How much money do
Yeah.
you make?
How much money do you have in your pocket right now in hard cash?
But then he was like fascinated, and he was like really like he wanted to start a YouTube channel, which is
Yeah.
like, I guess, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of people. That's the beauty of
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
Anyone can,
Yeah.
you know, which is fair enough. But then he was
Chronicles
like-
of Uberman from Eastern Europe.
Well, see, that would actually be something. That would actually be content. But he was like, "What if I
Right.
just upload other people's stuff? How long would it take me to get money?" And I was like,
This is your daily dose of internet.
That was
What if that
really
was
his
the, like, the
initial
origin
approach.
story?
Yeah, did he actually open with
No,
that?
no.
Did he
So
actually-
his very first idea was like, because he was like, "Oh, I teach soccer. Like, so if I did like soccer tutorial videos, like, how long would that
Oh.
take?" And I was like, "Oh, that's not a bad idea. Like, you know, yeah, if you stick at, like, you're not going to get it straight away. It might take a
Right.
couple of years, but that's not like an awful idea." You know, I don't know what the soccer tutorial community's like online, but I'm sure
Right.
there's
How
an
do I
audience.
kick a
And
soccer
then he was
ball?
like, and then he's like, "What if I just upload other
Uber
people's
man.
stuff?" And I was like, what do you mean?" He's like, "What if I just like take like TV shows and upload them?" I'm like, "I can't do that."
That's so crazy.
And he was like,
God.
"Why?" And I was like,
what do you mean?
"What do you mean? What do you can't do that?"
What do you mean?
And I just-
Why? Why can't I just
like-
take your car and go Uber with it?
Yeah, I should
What
have
the
said
fuck do you
that.
mean?
Because and I had to explain like TV shows or music or anything, they upload their content to YouTube and tell YouTube if anyone uploads this, fucking kill them.
Yeah.
You
Send
can
out the
upload
death
other people's
squad.
shit.
Yeah.
And you might get 5 million views on it, but they're getting all the money, so you've just wasted your time. So
Yeah.
it was just fascinating talking to one of those people, one of the
Eastern
the kids who
Europeans.
upload Vineboom. Fucking.
Right.
How old was this guy?
He must have been
Yeah.
like mid-20s something. He seemed a little like
Oh.
maybe around my age or a bit younger. But
that's
yeah,
so
it was
funny,
very
Interesting.
interesting to talk to
That's
someone like
crazy.
that. And he didn't know what Twitch was because he was asking like, "Oh, what are their websites? You can make what websites can you make money?" And I was like, YouTube's alright. Like a lot of people like stream on Twitch full time and make money." He's like, "What's Twitch?" And I was like, "How do you not know what Twitch is?"
Justin,
Like,
Yeah.
Justin.tv. And he's like, oh,
crazy.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm actually Justin.
and then the other thing he said was like, he's like, "Oh, do you use an app to edit your videos?" And that was also also blew my mind because there's fully people who think
yeah, I
like,
use the
who just
Papa John's app.
Yeah, but there are video editing apps, and some people do all of their
That's how
editing
Andrew
for
edits his
YouTube.
videos.
It's true. You
Yeah.
can tell by the quality.
But I don't know. That to me is like, you know, obviously editing on your phone for Twitter or whatever. Who cares?
Right.
But yeah, like there
Yeah.
are definitely people who do everything on their phone, and the idea of trying to edit a video on a little fucking screen is like making my blood boil.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was an interesting run. And
Yo, someone measure the tip from here to here, and that's how big my penis is. Measure it. Isn't that a thing?
too.
Or it's like the distance from your pinky to your thumb is like the length of your penis for like a guy. Which
Man, I wish.
that shit. That's fucking.
wait, your pinky to your thumb?
Yeah, the pinky to the edge of your thumb, I think. That's a big ass dick.
We just obliterated our
big
whole
dick.
audience. They all went, fuck.
Fuck. Yo, I was driving on the highway today in that same place that I got in like that road rage incident, the story that I told about like the Chipotle road rage or whatever. I was driving in the same spot, and I fully had enough room to merge into the lane that I was getting into, and I started going, and this dude fucking floored his car trying to stop me from getting in front of him because he's a little fucking baby dick pussy.
I hate those people.
And dude, he was driving like a brand new GMC. I'm driving a fucking 9-year-old Dodge. Like, dude, kill us. I don't care. Your family's gonna have more debt when you die. Like, so I I get in front of him, and I just see he has his wife in the car, and I see him going. And then I start like mocking him through my back window. I'm like, I just start like spazzing my hand, and then he goes, and then I just go, and he goes, and then I just flip him off, and he goes. And I just keep
God, you have to take it that far, man.
It's
Come
like he
on.
was surprised that I fucking flipped him off. Like it went from I'm mocking him and he's getting even more angry, and then I flip him off and he's like,
Come on,
dude, my wife's in the car. Like, what the fuck? You just tried to kill me.
Wait, what did I miss?
Everything.
You'll have to watch it back, Doplex.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
All right, I'll be surprised later. That's fine.
All right, Intoxicated Canine, a patron of the Beef Boys Patreon,
.com.
has submitted this to our submissions chat. If you would like to submit your own story, go to submissions.beefboys.com and you can submit your own.
If you're not familiar with the Beef Boys Patreon, Andrew, play the lots and lots of extra beef. Here it is.
Kudos, take it away.
Oh, and we'll let that play out. All
I'm
right,
waiting
now,
for the
Kudos,
whole
go
thing to
ahead.
run.
Yeah, let it run. Yeah.
We got another minute.
Yeah, we go.
Okay. This is Intoxicated Canine.
Here they come, jelking across the sky. It's lots and lots of extra beef. The smelliest collection of behind-the-scenes clips, special recordings, bonus episodes, funny JPEGs, and much, much more.
You'll get to see big beef, little beef, naked, drunk, and unsavory beef, even beef that may regret their actions, plus much, much more when you subscribe to the Beef Boys Patreon.
And for this special early bird offer, you can get in for only $5, the same price that everyone will pay for the rest of eternity, because we only have one tier and don't ever plan on raising the price.
This special one-time offer will be available for literal years to come. But don't you want to be in before the beef starts to rot? Call now at 678-999-8212 or go to patreon.com/beefboys. Link in the description and come in my ass.
He says, one of the many stories of my military career, Chapter 1, piss cleaning. I was in the Air Force for 10 years. I've done, seen, and heard some shit.
Thank you
From
for your
psychological
service.
abuse
Thank you.
to remove... Well, hold on, we don't know what he's done yet. What if he was one of the Obama drone strikers?
Oh, right. What if he was Obama?
Hey, he can't help that. What if he's a drone?
Yeah,
What if he works for Casey Neistat as a drone?
Honestly,
This is a really good shot, Casey.
Honestly, I'm gonna put this out here. I have more respect for him for being our patron than for his time.
Thank you for your
patronage.
Money. That takes real bravery.
Thank you for your money.
No, for real. Thank you for. Actually, why? You're not. Fuck you. You don't protect me.
You're not even American. Kudos. You shouldn't even be thanking him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not. Unless he's on the. Anyway.
What if he's Canadian?
Sweet land of. Oh.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we don't know
What
which
if he's
Air Force.
Russian and he
run
just
on
like
zero.
What if he's Russian and he just obliterated a small Ukrainian village?
Wait,
Here's
take it
my
all
time
back.
working for Putin.
Wait, no, we don't respect your service. No.
You know, Canadians, people mouths like hinge like at the back of their ears, so they have like a big floppy head.
Yeah, that's how
Are they
my head
snakes?
levitates.
Like in fucking South Park.
The girls give good dome. Anyway, so I've done, seen, and heard some shit from psychological abuse to removing mental barriers of self-preservation. This story is from my time at first duty station.
Let's go.
At my first duty station, it was a joint base. Oh, bro, like in Call of Duty. High ops, you know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Yo.
That's a reference.
420 airport.
I didn't know they made Call of Duty into a real thing.
Yeah.
It was a joint
That's
base.
crazy, man.
When you're in
means
the
that
military,
base
do they
was-
give you like those little Doritos bags that have like double XP on the back?
Yeah, you get double
Yeah,
XP
they give you XP
for every
real life.
Ukrainian
You get, like,
you fucking
Yeah, you
dome.
get extra armor if you get like the right code on your Doritos bag.
Why have we sided with
customizable.
Russia? Every
like
joke
blue
has
gecko
been
print.
at Ukrainians' expense.
Your gun has got like metallic pink on it. Like, wow, this is cool.
And like little dangly
Doritos.
bits that hang off the bottom and shit.
Little keychains,
Yeah,
like the PlayStation
and you get that
logo.
cool. You get your cool sign like on your armor.
Yes.
So I entered an airport with my buddies on this one mission.
No Russian.
No Ukrainian. At the first duty station, it was a joint base. This means that the base was a combination of 2 or more military stations from different branches. This base was a Navy and Baskin Robbins combo. Oh wait, no, Navy and Air Force.
This is a Pizza Hut
combo.
KFC,
That's
I
a
had
joint
one of
base.
those.
Yeah.
This base was a Navy Air Force combo and was Navy ran. Any new airmen who arrived were put into dormitories that were 2 rooms shared by a single bathroom. These bathroom doors locked from
What
the
about the
inside to
semen?
prevent your doormate walking in on a shit/spank and wank session. Very reasonable.
Yummy.
One night I hear some doors opening and closing from my doormate's side. Okay, no big deal. Half the people party like it's New Year's Eve before Y2K. So being lit is a constant event. I literally had a group of country boys. I literally had a group of country boys.
That's a reference.
I literally had a group of country boys live below me that got in trouble for trying to make a bonfire on the grass while playing beer pong and blasting
Hell
country
yeah.
music from their
Thank you, country boys.
That's the most
F-150
American
parked on
shit
the
I've ever
grass
heard in my life.
Of a government building.
Yeah, he's not
That
Canadian
is kind of
for
epic.
sure.
Yeah.
He's for sure American.
That's for sure American. You sold me at F-150. You know these boys are built Ford tough. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hell yeah.
Probably a little racist too, but you know.
This was around midnight. Around 1 a.m. I hear someone go into our bathroom, then I hear some water running. I think, okay, that man is having a good shower after a night of drinking. Just a desperation move to sober up before bed. A few minutes later, I started to get a nosebleed. Unrelated, I'm assuming. So I went over to the sink to clean my face and get some tissues to plug up the Johnny Depp death scene from Nightmare on Elm Street. That was my sinuses. However, when I got to the sink, I stepped in a puddle. I think that the guy was too drunk to close the shower curtain and let water on the floor. I get a bit upset, but I get a towel to soak up the water. Unfortunately, I then pick an off smell other than the blood in my sniffy tunnels. I turn on my sink light to see my floor covered in yellow. My sleep-deprived brain thought I stepped and spilt lemonade at first. I then shout,
that
"Yo,
would be
you
in the
fucking
bathroom."
serious?" Dude's just fucking smashing back some Arnold Palmers. At
Yeah.
1 a.m.
Which one of you is hiding the mellow yellow? You know I love that.
Start slurping it off the floor. Tastes like hot dog on a stick. Is there a Wetzel's Pretzels around here?
I open the door and this motherfucker, 2 words, not only pissed on every part of the toilet except into the bowl, but also pissed on my door.
Marking its territory.
So I spent 3 hours in the early AM cleaning the floor, the door, and then doing laundry on the towels I used to clean up the mess. This pile of processed bottom shelf liquor and 24-pack of light beer took 3 full dense bathroom towels to clean it.
Oh.
Man had the
Oh
bladder
my
capacity of an overly hydrated moose.
Well, can you blame him because he was probably a seaman, and seamen they learn how to piss straight, you know. Whoa, it's
Right.
wobbling.
That's true.
So when they're on land at the joint base, not only are they high, but they're also trying to compensate for all the wobbling at the ocean because they're seamen.
Yeah.
And then, but they're just wobbling, and then he pissed everywhere. So, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your
And
service. For
Tell your
cleaning
piss
up
friend that we
pee-pee.
also thank his service as a P-man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a C-man and a P-man. I confronted my dorm mate the next morning and come to find out that wasn't him. Twist. His story was that he found a piss-drunk airman stumbling in the grass of the dormitories, mumbling about going back to his room. He decided to take the guy back to his room to keep him safe until he sobered up.
fuck him
Since the walking
gaily.
St.
Yeah,
Patrick's
take
Day
advantage of him.
try-hard. Yeah, probably.
Have you ever
This is
seen
the
another
Walking
man's
Day,
penis?
St. Patrick's Day tryhard. Couldn't even remember how his feet worked, let alone where his room was. I brought him up on what his douche canoe did, and he apologized. The walking AA meeting left shortly after he doused my door and floor in a glorious golden shower of natty light. So he apparently didn't need his help at all, but still left me the gift of kindness and further hatred of my fellow man and the party scene.
Oh my god.
Homie literally just rolls in, pisses on the dude's door, and then leaves.
Yeah. That doesn't seem like what a military man is raised to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Or
Frankly, I'm disappointed in the servicemen.
Like honestly, I'm taking my taxes back.
Yeah.
Are you,
They're not
are you
raising
telling me
perfect
that
Christian men that do nothing but
Straight pissers is all I'm paying
they
for.
gotta, yeah, I'm paying for straight piss. Yo, if I was just to say though, if I was in the military, I'd be Marine man.
Yeah.
I'm built fucking Marine tough.
Hell yeah.
I'd probably be Navy SEAL, honestly.
I'd find a nice lady who would cheat on me.
I'd probably be Special Forces. I would have killed Bin Laden.
Yeah, I've been SEAL. If I was on that team, it would be SEAL Team 666.
Yo,
let's go! Like heavy metal, like Punisher.
murder. Wall mowings, huh?
I'd like to be, if I was going to be anything, I'd be the Air Force, so I don't even have to like be any, I can just like fly over and just obliterate like a church full of refugees or whatever. Like the idea of having to do that shit up close is terrifying.
Yeah.
I went into the military and God answered my prayer because my KD did go up.
Yeah.
He's
the
real.
guy probably has the guy who has the highest KD in history has to be the guy who dropped the nuke on Hiroshima, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know that he's prestiged a couple times.
You don't think Genghis Khan though, like, racked up that many kills over his life?
No, but not him person. Like, I guess maybe him, like, at his behest. But like,
no, but
he himself,
he was fighting on the front lines. I'm pretty sure.
He wouldn't have killed
In
like
that bitch.
10 million people though.
He fucking got like 60,000 women pregnant. Fucking like
true.
half of the human population got his genome.
Yeah.
He's good at stabbing
he's got
with
range.
one thing at least, but I don't know about the other. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
just
he
dominated
did
most of
less
Asia.
killing.
Yeah.
He was too focused on the, impregnating. He was like,
He was doing
You
a
guys
different
go
kind of
kill.
killing.
When all those people die, though, technically he had a hand in their death. So because he had a hand in their life.
That's
But also
profound,
maybe
man.
does that if you make a life, does that knock one off your kill ratio?
Oh, does it go negative?
Things out.
Oh, so
Yeah,
maybe he
because
has
negative.
the worst KD ever because he's
Yeah.
brought more life than he's taken.
Yeah.
That's a good way of looking at it. Thank you, Intoxicated Canine, for your submission.
thank you, brother.
We bigly appreciate it. We got some other ones we'll read later.
Sorry
But yeah,
got
if you,
pissed on.
yeah, sorry you got pissed on. But if
We'd
you would
never
like
do that
to
you.
submit your story, $5, patreon.com/beefboys, and then join the Discord, you silly boy. Come on.
So I found a meme on twitter.com and it had an image of a couple. It was just stick
Okay.
figures and it said, I
Putin.
hate all white people, GF. And then next to her was white BF. And in small letters, it said, he different though. So that was the tweet and I was like, okay, that's mildly funny. So I went down to the comments.
I need a girl
And-
like that.
That's literally like Zoe Kravitz
my
in the
dream girl.
Batman.
Yeah.
But the top reply was, it's a picture of Sheen from Jimmy Neutron.
From Jimmy Neutron?
And the
God.
black girl. And it says, never ask an internet racist the ethnicity of his girlfriend. So that was the top reply. And
What?
someone responded to that with, I hung around on Poll partially for this reason. Surname threads were hilarious. Someone said, never seen that. Want to explain? And the guy replied, a bunch of Nazis would Google their surnames, finding out they're likely Jewish. And this reply is what killed me and what made me bring it here today from user Mouse. And he said, a sad and inexplicable day for Odin Goldberg.
Yo, what's Hitler's last name?
Adolf.